Okay, show the slide for case number 10. Good. So this is an 80-year-old patient, had a tower, sapia, the evolute, just a month ago, and at that time found to have a left main and multi-vessel disease. And that's the question is, we brought this patient back, continues to have symptoms, and because the left main, even if you have no symptoms, every study has shown in the viable patient, you need to take care of it. So if we can just go to the angiogram directly. So you see that basically the groin was fine. We are through the evolute valve. We are supposed to be FX plus, but I don't think it's the commissioner alignment. Look at that hole, which should be the diamond of the FX is not against the left main. And this is where we are. We are able to get, this is the VL30. And we can see there, I was able to, what you do in these cases, there's not enough support. So you advance your wire and the Godzilla. So this is where we are actually, the advance with the Godzilla. Now you see the left main. There's a clear cut 80-90%, very calcific left main, 80%. And then we thought that it may be, we did the IVUS, that it's a left main, and Kiski can show the IVUS run before we show the other cine. Okay, IVUS now, please.
Okay,
good.
Start to work. So this is approximately, this is a previous stent, some classified ISR borderline area. Now come to the left main bifurcation. Here's some eccentric nodule, but I show you the tightest left main.
But left main is not tight,
yeah,
right?
Eccentric region, but area-wise it's 6.5. It's more than the cutoff. So.
And what about the LED?
Sure. So now go inside. This is a bifurcation, and this is the osteo LED.
Yeah.
Wide open. And here is the previous stent. There's a 360 calcium, but area-wise it's like around 3 point something. Like it's a borderline LED.
Okay. So now, this was a little surprising to us. So we said, you remember, we saw the 70% left main in the RO view. So I said, why that is? So this is now with the second injection. We go back to injection now. We did in a RO caudal view, injection now, and look at that. To our surprise, it is more of the circumflex. Look at that. Left main going into the circ. Looks like this is a tighter lesion, and we are ready now to do the IVUS with a little support, as you can see there. Now we put a run-through wire into the circumflex. Godzilla is there, and I'm doing an IVUS of the circ now.
Yeah, it's a good point about having to get multiple angles on a bifurcating left main.
Looks like the circ is
Easily-
a little tight
easily,
further down
missed.
into. Yeah.
Easily miss when
And
it's
all panelists have come to the stage there now?
Yeah, all the panelists here.
Except Dr. Moreno.
Yeah, I'm here.
No. We just call 112%. We will find out where you are.
So the IVUS show like an 8. It's an oblique.
Yeah, except the
area.
for the left main is very good. And now this is the, let's say, where is the wire going? This one going. Yeah, good. Yeah. So we are there. I don't want to bring back my guideliner. Okay, let's start.
Okay, I check the image. Can you? Okay.
1 second.
Start to work.
Start pull back.
You see this? Sorry, can you first? Yeah. Okay, I'll show you. Looks like osteo circ is tight.
And what about the left main there?
1 second. So yeah, osteo circ has eccentric like cursor nodule.
2.9.
Then this it's a guideline I engaged, so we don't see the left main of this tool work. But we saw the osteo circ, and
and there's a circular calcium or how?
Eccentric calcified nodule, osteo circ.
There's calcified nodule.
Yeah, and the other half is plaque free. Like 6 to 10 o'clock is the calcified nodule.
High pressure balloon first, always.
No, I think that's the shadow of the wire. The shadow of the wire is impending into the measurements. Try to measure again.
No, but here, but look at that. But there is a almost circular calcium in the circ, and we have what? 3.1?
3/15.
3/15 high pressure before we go to the IVL. I don't think it's a case for Rota, because you saw the guide is miles away from the origin of the vessel. Look at this one. See, the guide is so far away. Yeah. So this is all work being done by using the guide liner. So this is why we have our published paper in 2018-19 by UD in the JAC, how to engage the coronary arteries, and of course, then intervention with the various catheters. And we made the very clear-cut point that lot you will need in these cases, particularly more so for the self-expanding valves, that you may end up in using this guide liner the way we are using right now. Okay, go on.
So it says you're precluded by
8,
the
10,
by the
12.
guide liner. You cannot use 2 wires or balloons. So you're
Yeah,
not
exactly.
protecting the LAD.
So
in
that's why I
here.
took the wire out. I took the wire out. I
Yeah.
mean, you can use it, but in this particular case, it will be a little tough.
Correct.
Because remember, the guide catheter is probably pinching on the guide liner.
Correct. Now, the plan is to stent the distal left main or just the ostium of the circ?
Yeah, to me, no, but to me, our plan is distal left main to the circumflex now.
Correct.
Based on the lesion, because LED is the borderline for this patient. Go on.
That's it. So
It's
you,
just
you-
a great
After the
example.
balloon and IVL. Tell us if anybody else feels differently.
It's just a great example of how limited you are when you don't have that alignment that allows you free entry into the
Yeah.
left main.
Are you able to manipulate
Yes.
the guide at all when the balloon's inflated? Sometimes you can add the coaxiality in.
Yeah, no, we tried actually earlier. On the Godzilla, the guide does not go through the diamond.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Samin, I think
but yeah.
this is going to be educational in many ways, but I think the best teaching part of the case has already been established. Dr. Babar just showed a slide that 15% of the operators are using imaging. Just imagine if without imaging you would have just entered the left main and probably gone totally wrong.
Yeah. So question is the very good point. So before we became so, I would call it a gung-ho on this imaging, what we could have done? We would have done with this kind of a picture and try to do
Rota off the
I
left
think
main.
circ is the tight lesion. Yeah. Circ is the tight lesion, and here our this is a 3.5 IVL. Go.
Right.
4.
My other observation is that we are going to be encountering a lot more of these cases.
Oh, quite a bit. Yes. And actually, many of the cases are referred to us because they could not keep going.
Yes, I'm just waiting it to.
I see.
bring.
Okay. Yeah, 4, and you can go up to 6 in this one. It's a large vessel. What is the vessel size?
So proximal is 4 low. In the
4,
part
yeah.
of the pullback is 3.8.
Can we see the screen of the IVL? Which side?
It's fenced, yes.
I see. Okay.
Samin, as a rule, you normally
3
select
kg changes.
size of the guide half a millimeter smaller.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the 3.0 guide. And many of them we have shown that some cases, because of such a narrow route now, because which is from the tower, you can even use the Akari right to engage your left system. So that was my next guide if this would not have come nearby. And you don't have to be selective injection. Your classical example we showed. You're miles away, but you can advance the wire and then you advance your guide liner. You see this now. If we are so far away, we advance the wire and this will not come out of the shell. Negative. Right?
Remind
Yeah,
us the
Okay.
vessel size of the circ distal to the lesion.
They say about a big vessel. It's
Yeah,
a
that's
3.5 to 4.
Yeah, so, and your distal left main is on that area, a little higher maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
So you're planning to put a 4.0?
4.0. Yeah, I think we put a 4.0, 20, but let's get a 4.0, 24
Megatron.
giant negative. What was the plan in this case?
Megatron. 3.5.
Megatron, yeah. The idea was, go, that to use a Megatron.
Now,
So we
is-
can take a 4.0, 24, 4.0, 24 Megatron.
With your balloon inflated, would you try to go with your guide or no?
Okay, we can try. Next one we'll do now.
Yeah,
I'll
let's
go a little
try,
further down.
because if you
Yeah.
got that support, then the
Go up.
bifurcation, potential bifurcation issues may be resolved.
Yeah, because I would be concerned if we have to kiss
Yeah.
here at the end and you only have
Exactly.
that guide extender.
Very good.
There could be
Look
some
at that.
issues.
So
Now the
this,
guide.
You have to do it
the guide
individually.
extender will go. But question is, can the guide go?
Yeah, that's the question.
Guide, no. No guide.
What about if you balloon that cell of the tower?
That will disrupt the flow.
That may disrupt. Yeah, we may have to do a few funny
Okay,
things, but I
okay,
think we
okay.
are okay right now.
Futuristic approach.
Do you ever use a JL3? I've used that a couple of times where I do the stiff part of the wire, get it down below the ostium, then let it unfold and try to look up into it.
No, but the JL3 will not give you support to
Well,
go
once
through
you,
the
once
circuit.
you get
That's the
through,
only problem,
you will.
support-wise.
But
Support
once
is
you,
See the
bad.
VL, was in the direction, get the stent.
You have quite a gap there between the struts and.
yeah, I
the,
know you do, but
the
once you
left
get through the strut itself, then you can pull your guide
Give me
up.
the stent.
Andrew, can you hear me?
I'm not sure this was aligned properly.
We hear you here.
Can we show
Kenny.
the animation
I'm not sure that that was aligned.
from the tower cathode, if you can?
You can really
We have it here. We're showing it right now.
How to engage the coronary both in self-expanding and balloon expandable stents.
And that was a major paper which had been quoted quite a bit in this field of coronary engagement post-tower. Okay, so far so good. We call SFSG.
So 40.
Let's move it a little bit back. Here, once again, the
28?
4024
24.
Megatron. Will die.
Nice.
So far, I think, you want to give a little die?
Yes, ready.
Want to make sure, yeah, good. Go up.
10, 12,
14,
14,
negative. Look up 408 high pressure,
14,
or 4.5 actually,
4.
8 high pressure.
In anticipation, it says if you need to recross to the LAD, we'll pull the wire from the circ.
No, I would say I will try for a little bit, just the second wire, because you can put 2 wires, but you
Yeah.
cannot put a balloon and the wire. That's the only thing. So if it looks good, we want to get too crazy in this case.
No. Looks beautiful.
I think we are done.
So beautiful.
I think we are done. You are ready. AK is ready in room 2. For the
Okay.
next case.
Great job.
Dr. Kinney, are
We'll
you
just
ready?
post dilate and that's it. Yeah.
This is a beautiful case. Thank you so much, Dr. Sharma.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry for the delay.